Hi everyone, this is Dennis here, and I'm speaking to you today about the Nintendo Switch, which is a new development that's coming out for Nintendo. Brand new console that's going to be going out on the market March 2017. I'm really excited about it. A lot of people have been talking about it on social media, and I think I have just a little bit to say about the console and what I think could be on it, or what if there's things that are going to be on it, or is this a whole new face of Nintendo that will be changing the gaming market. So to start off, not only that it'll just be a console that you can plug on your TV, you could actually bring it around. So it's a hybrid from the 3DS and the Wii U. They're putting it all together as one console. So there's just detachable controllers. That's going to be the neat thing about it. If you're not using it on your TV and you wanted to bring it outside, the docking station allows you to detach the controllers, and then you can put it on the actual screen itself, and then voila, it's a portable device, and then you can bring it around wherever you want to go. So when we look at this, I mean, the controllers, they are detachable. So if they're going to market it more to kids, they could lose the controllers. So I mean, what's the replacement value on these controllers, right? The charge station is a neat idea, but you know, how long does the battery last? That's another thing that I know the Wii U lasts for a couple hours, so it might end up being the same thing. And then there's a sensor usually on the Wii U as well, and the Wii. So I mean, are they going to have that on the new, well, NX or Switch is what they call it now? Of course, the batteries are lithium ion. So back in the day, Game Boy used to have the AA batteries. Obviously, that didn't really work as well with technology getting more advanced now with the lithium ion batteries. They're certainly going to last a long time. So the neat thing about the new Switch that's coming out is that they're going to be using the NVIDIA chip for the video card, which a lot of people are raving about. Like, obviously, they tend to market that a little bit higher in the range of the pricing. So I would think that the quality is going to be that much better. Some people favor AMD over NVIDIA, so you got to kind of, I guess they have the same kind of traits, but they also have some of their weaknesses also on both realms of the spectrum. So another neat little thing with the Wii U is that you could take the data from the Wii and move it over to the Wii U. So is the platform, like the interface, going to be the same as the Wii U? Are you going to be able to move all your data from the Wii U to the new Switch? I mean, the Switch is all going to be done by the memory and by the data. Because you know, I'm just thinking, are they going to have a DVD device that you can buy separately on it? That's another thing too, is that they're going to use 3DS type cartridges. So, you know, that's another thing too. I think that's going to help with the life of the actual cartridge, because, you know, DVDs have a tendency to get weaker over time or scratch. So at least here with the cartridge, because behind me there's Nintendo cartridges, right? I mean, that like for them to develop it now, it would cost way too much money. So I mean, you know, going on the smaller version of the cartridge to go on this new console is really going to make a difference to the market. And you know, the good thing about it, I mean, now with technology, the memory card size is going to be so much bigger, so you can pretty much put any game on there, which is why I think that Nintendo is going to have their own step up, like, compared to the market, because the market, you know, you can't put portable Skyrim or any of those games like Call of Duty. Again, you can go from portable device to the TV, so the quality is just going to be around the same as it would be by watching it on your TV. And another thing I was thinking too, when we look at the screen, I mean, the screen might be, there could be an option that they'll have a smaller version of it, because I know people like to have the option of running mobile, playing games on their cell phone, you know, and I know that Nintendo is going big on that now with portable games. So you can basically get the new Mario Run that's coming out, you know, Pokemon Go, that's huge on the market right now. So I think Nintendo is kind of doing a really good strategy with going on this hybrid console. You know, and when we look at this, can you synchronize it to a cell phone? You know, that might be a big advantage too with the new Switch. You never know, they might be able to do anything on this console. Is it backwards compatible? I mean, can you take the old Wii games or Wii U games and put them on? Now, I know in the past with Nintendo, Super Nintendo, they never really had a backwards compatibility on it. You know, well, unless you had a third party invent like a cartridge that would work for the NES on Super Nintendo. Obviously, Nintendo didn't have anything like that, but another thing too, I mean, are they going to continue doing that, or is it just going to be strictly you buy the game and play it as is and that's it? I'm just thinking, are they going to have a converter? Like, there may be a device that would allow you to plug in a 3DS card into the Switch, and then it would work that way, kind of like the way Super Game Boy was with the Super Nintendo. It's the same idea. You never know. This could be internet-based also. Like, you know, how about running apps like Netflix or you know, those kind of things? Are they going to have that with the new Switch? Like, that's another thing too. You know, I know the Wii U had a GameCube controller attachment also. So are they going to have that with the Switch? You know, and not only that, Game Genie, remember when that was popular back with Super Nintendo and Nintendo days? I mean, what if the developers, because, you know, now there are going to be more third-party developers that are going to be able to make games on the Switch, because a lot more people are going to be on board with this new console, which is, again, going to be another edge on what Nintendo can do. And it's going to be huge. I think that they're going to really win the market against, you know, Microsoft and Sony, because really, you know, they really don't have a portable system with the size of those games that, you know, that people would want to play like on the road. And again, you know, I know they tried with the Vita, but that wasn't really that successful with Sony. And Microsoft, I don't even think they had a real portable console. So really, I mean, Nintendo was the only one really that made a big turn on the portable market. I mean, that's how they're developed. That's how they're getting their dollars with portable. I mean, they know that's where their money's at. So really, I think they're doing a good strategy by going this new way with the hybrid. You know, I really like Nintendo. I've always loved Nintendo for the, you know, since my childhood, and I really think that now that they're doing this hybrid, you know, and they've always been wanting to bring back the old games. So who's to say that you'll be able to download software again like you would on the Wii or the Wii U? On the Switch, it'd be the same thing. And you know, even taking the data from there, from the Wii U and the Wii, and bringing it over. I mean, even the GameCube games, right? I mean, anything that is possible with this new console. But they may want to stick to their guns and then support the cartridge, kind of like the way they were doing it in the old days. I mean, who knows, right? And I mean, now they're going to be developing the NES Mini, which is a huge thing that's coming up in November, actually next month. And I think before Christmas time, you know, there's going to be a lot of people wanting that. You know, and it's smaller. I mean, all the games are there. It's compact. You don't have to get all the cartridges, right? I mean, it's just so much easier. Plus, it runs on HDMI. If they just keep doing what they're doing, they may take a mobile game and, you know, introduce it with the Switch, and, you know, it'll be interconnected in that way. So, you know, it could enhance the game's value, like, you know, just kind of like the amiibos. And are the amiibos going to be compatible with the Switch? You know, these are all questions, you know, with the launch titles coming up. So another thing too about the new Switch is that, you know, bringing up these new games, they get really good launch titles to start with, and they're all Nintendo based. I mean, you know, you have your Zelda, Mario, there's going to be Mario Kart, Splatoon, and then you have NBA, which is going to be like a third party. So I mean, you know, it shows that in the commercials, right? So you got all that starting up. And not to mention, there's going to be other ones too, like, you know, you're going to have Star Fox, Metroid, you know, maybe even newer versions of the old games, you know, like Donkey Kong or, you know, something like that. You know, it's just, there's so many different opportunities. And not to mention Skyrim, you know, Call of Duty, all the big titles that would be on the PS4 and the Xbox 360. They could bring in the same game, even like WWE games, like wrestling games, you know, sports games are going to be huge. Just many different genres that people are going to be able to select from. You know, I'm Dennis here, and I'm just wanted to let you guys know about the what I thought about it. And you know, I really personally think it's going to be a huge thing that they're going to do, and I'm just really excited about it. You know, I'm anticipated to see it in March. So you guys have yourself a great day, and don't forget to buy the NES Mini. All right, see you later.